Bri.
Hey, what's going on? How are you?
Busy week. I'm a little tired. I'm a little out of it. It's getting hot. Summer's here.
Yeah.
Definitely. I don't care what the day is actually, but it's just this area, it's here. The storms are coming at night sometimes. You know, it's got to break that humidity. It's starting to get hot.
You know what? You should be the official sponsor of your show.
Oh, yeah.
Which
Cut above
is
moving.
Yes.
Moving and relocation. Yeah.
Because when you
Okay.
move, right, and then you can put
Yep.
a little picture, you snip a picture of your company, then you show it here.
Yes.
Picture of you.
Yes. I'm going to pay myself to do that. Yes.
There you go.
Yeah, it's been an interesting week traveling all over, but my daughter finally graduated high school, so now I
It's
got
over.
no
I
more
didn't
kids in
even say-
high school.
No.
That's it.
Wow. I
It's
didn't even
over.
say congratulations.
Yeah, I know you're a shitty uncle, but
You
anyway,
should. Yeah.
it's just
Got to give her money too, right? How much should I give her?
oh god, I don't know. She's got everything. Don't worry about it. But anyway, yeah, summer's here, and I don't know. I get home now at the end of the day, and I'm just like vegging out, and I got the TV on, and I pass out. So I know I've been watching some stuff, and I don't know what you've been watching, or because you always ask me for stuff to watch, and you're always
Yeah.
watching stuff, but I don't really know if you watch it or you try one episode. You're one of
Yeah.
those people who likes to hear something. I go in without anybody telling me anything.
Well, nobody told me anything about Department Q. I started to watch it. I've watched like 15 minutes of it, and then I was confused. And I'm like, oh, okay. And then I just started to watch it. And then, I think it's important to say, and maybe I missed it 4 months later,
Yeah. Oh yeah.
I think that's so when something was going on, I'm like, what did I miss? Did I miss it? I rewound it. I'm like, did I just miss like just a pop in of 4 months later and text somewhere? And I'm like, I didn't see it, man. Maybe I'm wrong. But that's and then I was like, oh, okay. So it's 4 months later.
Well, I like all those shows. That's a British show, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I think I'm going to subscribe to BritBox or Acorn, one of those other ones, because I do find myself liking a lot of the British dramas and the British, I don't know, the MI6 and all that other crap.
The British people know how to produce quality content. Did you ever watch any of that Downton Abbey?
No.
Yeah, watched it all.
Did you?
Yeah, and
You
I
liked
got
it?
into it. I mean, I was watching it with my ex, but it's like, I got enough into it. Like even the public access crap that would be like, whatever. Even that was all right.
I think I don't know, maybe if Cher watched it, maybe I'd watch it. I don't know, but
Yeah, I'm
I don't
horrible.
know
I
if I
watch
can
anything.
handle that one. I don't know.
No, probably not. I mean, most of the shit that you watch is a soap opera. It's just what type of soap opera do you like?
You're right.
And that's it. It's all just bullshit drama. And it's so much of the same. It's all the same thing, just regurgitated in different ways with different characters.
Well, I keep going through different streaming services and just like watching everything I can on that one, and then I wipe it out, and then I move to another one. So I'm on Apple right now watching a couple things because I actually really liked The Studio. The Studio to me,
I watched
the whole thing. I really liked it. I liked him. Sometimes he annoys me, but as that whole group, that cast, I thought that was a really good show.
It was good, and it was a lot of one shots.
It was, which I didn't
For
realize until you
scenes.
told me that. But then I went, wow, okay, yeah.
They made a point of doing most of them, and it
Most of
makes
them.
sense. Most of them were not episodes, but you got the scenes. And oh my God! So you said you finished it?
Yeah.
So let me tell you, Bryan Cranston.
Oh my God, that was great.
At the end, what he does, I'm just going to say what he can do with his body and his facial expressions, right?
I know.
Wow.
Because everybody knows him from Breaking Bad.
Oh, but everyone knew him before that
Malcolm
from Malcolm in the Middle, right?
I know. So what I'm saying is,
Yeah.
he's so associated with the other stuff, and the
So
other one,
good.
Your Honor. But that was really good. But I also watch Murderbot right now. I'm watching that.
So
I'm
I
caught up on
started
that.
to watch it.
It's a little different. I kind of like it. I'm not sure where it's going. I'm still waiting. I watched that.
Yeah, I don't know. It didn't.
The neighbor
grab
one with John
me.
Hamm, I wasn't really.
It didn't grab me. You know what?
I tried, and I like him. I liked him ever since the season he was on in Fargo, which, by the way, to me was one of the best seasons of Fargo. I know I liked the first two, but since then, this one really, really got me.
It was good. I thought that season
With the
was
girl
good too.
from Ted
I
Lasso.
like him. What's ruining it for me is the girl, and I like her.
You mean from Ted
in-
Lasso?
No. What's ruining me in the series, the Apple series? I stopped watching it.
Friends and Neighbors or something.
Yeah,
I
'cause
did too. I stopped watching it.
And I don't like her. I don't like her involvement. I don't want them to get back together. I don't understand. Like I started to go like, and it might turn into something cool. But I also just don't like her because I know that if there was, this is very shallow, but if there was like someone who I was attracted to as that person, I'd be probably still watching it.
You always talk about, ever since you were young and little, who you were attracted to in shows. It's kind of funny. They're all like very, very different. Your type is not a type.
Well, I mean, mostly it's funny women, but something about
Quirky,
her, like
funny, a little off.
What'd you say?
A little off.
Yeah, probably. I
Yeah.
mean, there's a lot of different types, though. Like, I find a lot of different types of
That's what
women
I mean.
attractive.
Your attraction is not just like, oh, I like a blonde hair, blue eyed, about
no,
6
not
feet
at
tall.
all.
That's what I'm looking for, and that's it.
And
No.
every color,
Every ethnicity,
so
every
many different
color,
shapes.
it doesn't matter. Right.
Yes, it's just like if mostly, obviously, face,
Mm-hmm.
and then so many different shapes. And
Mm-hmm.
yeah, so yeah. But I forgot what we were talking about. 'cause
We were
I'm
talking
just
about
thinking
TV shows and
TV
and
shows.
actresses. So that turns you off if you don't like the person in the show.
She
whether or
wasn't
not
doing
it's,
it for me in particular, you know.
Okay.
And I normally liked her. I don't know, for some reason and look, I mean, I'm a monster, so like I'm nothing to look at. So she's
Okay.
she's an attractive woman.
Right.
But the fact that she didn't do it for me made me go like, oh, what are you doing? Go get somebody else.
Right.
I don't know. And she
so the
cheated on him,
casting is
so I don't really
really
care.
the casting and
Her
is
character
really
isn't
good.
very likable.
Yeah.
Probably mostly that.
Well, but like I said, I've been going through Apple. I actually watched the first episode of Stick, which is interesting because I like some of his shows.
Yeah.
Owen Wilson.
Owen Wilson, yeah.
Some of them is a little whatever, but I like some of them. This one to me could be interesting.
I bet
It's a strange kind of cross. You weren't sure if it's going to be like a Happy Gilmore-ish type or another type of thing. So it has potential. You know, Tin Cup.
Yeah, I
it's
was about
Happy
to
Gilmore.
say.
It's like a weird
Tin Cup-ish
thing,
with
yeah.
good humor.
Yeah. So
Happy Gilmore is wackadoo, and
it
there's
could be-
probably not any of that.
No, it's what I mean though is I thought it was going to be more like that, but it's more like Tin Cup, which is like
Real.
a guy. Yeah, something.
This is a kid that actually has some talent. Probably has.
Did you
some-
watch an episode?
No, but I'm assuming this is a kid that has talent and that is like troubled in some way, shape, or form. And the coach is probably also troubled, and they're going to help each other in some way.
You should write.
Right?
But no, that was it. Like I said, I don't know where it's going to be too cliche or not. But
I'm going to watch it.
I watched one episode. And I said, all right, I'm going to save until a few come out, and then whatever. And
I
then
mean,
also,
these days it's got to be hard for somebody like even Owen Wilson. Not like he's hot or anything, but he's somebody. Our demographic still wants to watch him. And how do you make something that's shitty? It's like you can make something that's like kind of like, oh, it was kind of fell off, but it should at least be mediocre. So I'm looking forward to trying it.
yeah, I mean, he's got a classic list of things that people loved. So, like Wedding Crashers and I don't know, a couple of them. I can't even name them right now, but like a lot of comedies and a lot of duo comedies that he's been in.
Mm-hmm.
And then you're like, okay, so he'll have a following and they'll at least give him a shot on something until he ruins it 2 or 3 or 4 or 5 times. I know Adam Sandler has done that. He's ruined a lot of things, but he's still funny.
Oh yeah, no, he's still funny.
And
I still really
so
like
you
Adam
you
Sandler.
still give him a shot to say, okay, he may
like
come up with
Happy Gilmore too.
I know. I have no idea where that's going.
I know. I mean,
but I want to watch it.
if it is, and then here's another thing too. I'll tell you what I've been watching, which
And
I've
all the
been
pros are in
enjoying.
that, by the way. All the pros.
Yeah, they are. Now that movie is going to be. It's got to be a lot better than. See, Beetlejuice wasn't good. Let's not make the sequel just to make the sequel and have all these callbacks to whatever it is. Let's see what the story is. So I'm confident that the story is going to be pretty good. I don't know why. Meaning, like at least for Happy Gilmore.
Is it straight to Netflix?
I believe so.
Because he has the contract with Netflix, right? So
I
it's
don't
straight to
know.
Netflix
I don't
for
know.
Happy Madison, I think.
I don't know.
I'm pretty sure. But like I said, I'm switching over to all these different things. Another one I was watching was on Max. It's a documentary.
Oh, I was just about to say a documentary I'm watching on Max.
Okay, is it the Sherry Papini story?
No.
Oh, what I think that's her name. The one that she's caught in a lie. She was kidnapped for like 20-something days, and her husband and boyfriend.
So, you know what?
I'm still in the middle of it. I'm not telling you anything else. No, this is a
Okay.
true story that everybody
I know.
knows.
I know.
But she's in it, which is like the first time she's talking. So it's interesting. So I'm in episode 2. in the middle of episode 2, and I'm like, oh my God, I didn't remember the story because so many tragedies happen with people, and I'm just shallow. And
I mean, I don't know.
move on.
When?
But this happened a long
80s,
time ago.
90s?
It was probably like 20 years ago, 15,
Okay.
20 years ago.
Right.
Actually,
so
I don't remember the
2000s.
date now. Yeah.
All right.
So I am looking forward to seeing the end of this and seeing what it reveals. And then the other thing is right now, all the reality shows are coming back, and I can't wait for half of them. Just started watching some of the Gordon Ramsay ones. Just started watching some of the other ones. But when I have Samsung TV. I have a Samsung television. And with that comes Samsung TV. I didn't even know that existed. And it's like 200 channels for free. So when you turn on your TV, even if you don't log into one of your apps for whether it's YouTube TV or Apple or Max or whatever, or wherever you're watching Prime, there's shows on. So I'm watching a show, Hot Ones. You know Hot Ones, it's been on forever.
Yeah.
But I've never really watched it. Now when I turn on my TV, Hot Ones turns on. I'm watching like 3 or 4 episodes
Because
at a
they
time.
have a Hot Ones
They have a Hot Ones channel
It's a
that's
channel.
constantly on. It's just a
Right.
Hot Ones channel.
Right.
And underneath that one, it's just, a Storage Wars channel. And underneath that one, any show has its own channel. And I couldn't believe it. But I was laughing my ass off because I saw a Gordon Ramsay one. Gordon Ramsay was on Hot Ones. He couldn't handle it. But I sat there and I said to myself, no way in hell am I ever putting myself through the torture. These famous people are doing it. For the guy from Always Sunny in Philadelphia did it. What's his name? Not
McElhenney?
No, you know his name.
What, Charlie Day?
Charlie Day. Charlie Day did it. By the way, they're reruns, so they're old.
Yeah.
Charlie Day did it and was like, if I wasn't promoting a movie, I wouldn't be eating these shitty wings and putting myself through this torture of this hot sauces. There's like, I don't even know what to say because Tabasco sauce is like 700 or something. And they're like 2 million Scoville on the last one that they take. I'm like, 2 million? I mean, light a flamethrower in my mouth. What are you doing? I couldn't do it. There's no way I could do this show. There's no way I would ever. My kids laugh. Oh, you could try that. I said, are you kidding me? I used to go to Flamin' Amy's. And because they were kids, I would make them laugh by going to the wall of hot sauces, and they would say, okay, each one of you could try one, and I will put a little bit on a chip and whatever, and we'll taste it. And they wanted to get me with the hottest sauces to make whatever. And I would eat them, and they would be horrible. But they're nowhere near 2 million Scoville. They're like Texas Pete Extreme. So nothing like this. Nothing like Ghost Pepper meets Hell on Earth. No.
Yeah, I don't have any desire. A lot of people like it.
People
Part of
like
me kind of wanted to experience it for. That's the problem. I only want to experience it for like a minute or two, and that's not how it works. Because I'd be okay with most anything. If they can do it, I can handle it for a minute or two. But it lingers, it stays, and I can't. I don't want to do that. But I was watching. I highly recommend. I haven't finished it yet. Pee-wee as himself.
Okay.
So it's very interesting because they were making that for like 4 years.
Not in character.
No, he's not in character.
Okay.
But it's a really cool like look into the history of him, and of course it helps when you remember,
Right.
like it, because I absolutely remember watching his special on HBO.
The first special he did.
Well, yeah,
On
HBO got
Pee-wee's
that.
Playhouse,
But the
the
whole
first one.
story of how that was like, yeah, okay, they were doing a run in certain things, and just how it all works, because he's got everything documented, and he's just such an interesting guy. And then he died, and it was he was like talking to the camera a lot and talking shit to like the person who's making it, because he wanted to direct his own documentary. And everyone's like, you can't do it. he's like, well, we should co-direct. And he's like, it's not happening, But there's a lot of that fun banter back and forth, and there's just the history of it's fascinating.
Okay, so I would never forget this. I went when I first got my driver's license. I went and I took our cousin Joanne
Right.
to a movie theater in Smithtown, and we went and saw Pee-wee's Big Adventure for the first time. She never forgets that. She always says, "You took me to see," because I was like, "What is this movie?"
Man, it's a crazy movie.
It's a
and let me
crazy
tell you,
movie. It was great. I loved it.
fantastic.
To me, it was a fantastic movie when we first saw it.
The whole story of how that happened and the promotion of that too, because he during that whole time was like, he just was Pee Wee Herman. He wasn't Paul Rubens. And that was a thing for him, because he's like, he wasn't getting any recognition. The other people who were like producing it or writing it or doing whatever, they were more, even though he was such a major crucial part of the creative process. He was very insecure dude.
like most of us.
Like most artists, especially. Yeah. But fascinating watching. That's one of the last things I've been watching.
Well, I'll definitely put that on the list too. And I know there's a couple. I want to see that show that's coming out. I think it's coming out in the next week or so. Series Smoke, which is the guy who played Elton John. Was it Edgerton? What's his name? What's that kid's name?
That was the shitty TSA movie that he was in. That Christmas TSA movie.
Oh
was
yeah,
awful.
yeah. That
It was really fucking bad.
yeah.
Like,
yeah.
come on now.
And I really like what's his name, who's been on everything from Silver Spoons all the way up now.
Ricky Schroeder?
No,
He was Silver Spoons.
no, I know, but his friend in Silver Spoon. Oh, you didn't know that?
you're talking about the guy who was also in The Fresh Prince of Bel-Air?
Everything. No,
Yeah. Okay, well, he was in that as well, wasn't he?
what are you talking about?
The guy, the dancing guy from Fresh Prince, wasn't he also in?
I'm talking about the guy in the
As a
biggest
child.
podcast with him and Dak, and I'm talking about the main guy whose sister was on not Family Ties.
What about Jason Bateman?
Jason Bateman. Yeah.
Okay.
He was the guy in the movie with the TSA movie. He was the bad guy.
Oh, that's right. I
And-
fucking forgot that.
and
He
and
was.
I said
That's
and
another
I
reason
like
why
him.
I like him a lot.
and I watched
Did
that.
a good job in that as a role in that.
I like Bateman. I liked him in Ozark. I like him in a lot of things.
He's
that he
great,
does.
but that was a shitty
That
movie.
was just a bad movie. And the ending was even worse.
Awful.
The ending was, you couldn't come up with anything better than that.
Awful.
That was
really bad.
But I am looking forward to Smoke, whatever that with that other guy that's coming out. I think it's on Apple.
I'm gonna see. I'm gonna start to watch Duster. Is it called Duster? Did you watch one?
No, I didn't watch
Okay,
it.
don't.
No, the previews are throwing me off. But now when you watch clips from the first episode, you're like, oh, okay. Because the previews are like, another one in a car, the guy in a car. I mean, is this like
It's
an old
HBO.
Knight Rider? I know.
So
You're right.
that's
HBO,
why
I
I'm
give it
going.
a chance. I got to
okay.
give it a chance.
I have no. I see. I was seeing promos for it, and I'm like, well, this doesn't look like anything I'm gonna watch. But it's HBO, so I'll be like, all right.
I know. And then sports right now is winding down. So for me, it's now going to be reality TV and golf because Scheffler won last week again. And a little bit, Stanley Cup is on right now, the first game. And it's the Panthers and the Oilers, rematch of last year. And as I came in here to record, it was 2-1. And I couldn't, at the first period, 2-1. And I couldn't believe it because the Panthers scored 2 goals just when I used the restroom. So
All right, I'm going to ask AI something. It has to do with the Stanley Cup. Is it true that the Stanley Cup is guarded by one person all year and that it is known that that person is almost having a romantic relationship with the Stanley Cup? That's not entirely true, but there's a grain of truth wrapped in it. Have you heard anything of this?
I know that there's a person who travels with the Stanley Cup, but I also know that it goes to different teammates.
Oh, good. And it's just a stupid joke that I read and went like, oh my God, like people, people are crazy.
Yeah.
And I'm like, it could be true. People do love objects.
Yes. Yes.
And
apparently people marry objects too. which is
yeah,
insane.
exactly. That's what I'm saying. They will have romantic involvement with objects. So I'm like, for the Stanley Cup, like, hey, I could see a guy getting a boner over a Stanley Cup.
But the thing with the Stanley Cup is that it gets passed, if I'm not mistaken. Everybody gets like a week with it. And then
Oh, I didn't know that.
I think everybody on
Everybody
the
on the
winning
team?
team gets like everybody on the team gets like a few days or a week. They get to share it with themselves. Each person gets it for either a few days or a short period of time or something like that. I know because I remember listening to an interview about a guy who was like eating cereal out of it and and like slept with it in his bed and like trying to. So like there's like a lot of weird things that people do
Okay.
with the Stanley Cup.
Yeah.
And
maybe
they try
I
not
heard-
to do, drink champagne and booze and all that stuff is one thing, but like doing some other weird things and poses. So there's somebody who kind of keeps guard of that to make sure there's not too much. But I don't know if he has to be with it all the time because I don't think he goes to people's houses when they're there.
No, but I
Maybe-
think that he might keep it on his property. He might watch over it. He might guard it. I don't know.
There might be a period of time in which he has possession of it until it goes to the next team. I'm not sure. But that's one thing that you can look up.
Yeah, his name's Pritchard and others like him. There are a few others that share the duty. Travel with the cup around the world to player visits, events, and public appearances. These keepers do protect the cup meticulously, including flying with it first class. All right, so maybe it's just when they travel, and that makes sense because why wouldn't they keep this thing like? Yeah.
But I don't know. I'm upset that the Maple Leafs lost, but they lost a while ago to these Panthers who look like a juggernaut. And the NBA Finals is getting started. And to be honest with you, I lost interest once my two teams lost. But
So you don't
I'm going to watch it
have an
because
opinion?
I do. I
Who
think
do you
OKC,
want to win?
I think OKC is going to win.
Who do you want to win? I want the
OKC.
Pacers to win.
Okay,
I
so
don't
we're
know.
against each other.
Are we? I don't
Yeah,
fucking know.
No.
I mean, they
I
are
think
an
they're-
underdog,
I think
right?
they're both. They are an underdog. I would believe in the betting underdog, not by much, because they're both inexperienced teams when it comes to the finals, and they haven't won. So I don't know which one is going to be. You'll know more in game one because OKC's been off for a little bit. So
Does
with
that tend
rest,
to help?
with rest, they didn't need rest. They weren't injured in any way, shape, or form. So when they start it, OKC is going to be a team that had overall better defense and better offense. So when you get matchups, it just comes down to good defensive teams usually do pretty well in the playoffs and especially in the finals, but the Pacers run a quick pace. So that's what's going to be determining if the defense can hold up against the very quick pace of the Pacers, because the Pacers ran through everybody else. They just knocked out everybody else. And the Knicks, they actually did pretty good against them, surprisingly. But they just,
and then the
once
coach,
again,
I heard people talking about that. The coach is fired. Should they have done it? From someone who knows nothing, it is interesting that they've gone a good. They've done very well in the last 4 years.
Mhm.
You would think that unless the coach had the attitude of, I'm not going to do anything that you're asking me to do. I'm the coach. Go fuck yourself. If he had that kind of an attitude,
yeah.
then yeah, get rid of this fucking guy. Do you think he had that attitude to get fired?
I honestly think that this is the problem with most franchises. They're trying to turn everything around real quick, and the Knicks are better than they've been in a long time, and sometimes you just need to hold fast, maybe make some smaller moves. But when you start messing with head coaches, look at the Steelers. We talk about it all the time.
Yeah.
The same freaking head coach forever, through the good and the bad, and then the good comes back.
But mostly good, though.
I know mostly good. but
That's why he was there, because
consistency.
he was always making it to the playoffs.
Right. So this guy's been making it to the playoffs.
Right.
And he's been doing
but it's
good.
4 years.
So you got to give him maybe. I mean,
2 more years.
yeah.
Why
They put the
not?
pieces. The problem is that they spent all this money in the contracts and the picks on bridges, and it didn't pan out. They don't really have a lot of moves to do. It has to do with salary caps and all this other stuff.
Right.
And it's the business end of it, but we'll see.
Is it
Maybe
the
get a
business
young,
end?
Maybe get a young hot guy who believes and can just will these guys up. But who's out there?
What are the odds of a young guy coming in and really inspiring a bunch of people who have been in, especially when
I know
they
what
had-
happens. It happens quite a bit.
Does it really?
Yeah, it happens
Young
quite a
guys will
bit.
come in and
Yeah.
take a team
Yeah,
to the.
Boston
Okay.
last year.
Last year's a young
Mhm.
guy came in.
Well, he came in place of the other guy who both were younger, both were less experienced coaches, and this is what winds up happening. So that if they get them to the finals, then you got a 50-50 chance. I don't think you could fire a guy if you got him to the finals. That's my thing. If the Knicks got to the finals, they'd be like, oh my gosh, he got to the finals. But they didn't really have a great showing, especially in the last game against the Pacers when they lost by 15. It was close a little bit here and there, but it wasn't a great
I mean,
showing.
first they should have won one of the first 2 games.
I know. And this weekend I was all about watching that kid from UNC Charlotte. UNC Chapel Hill. He was like a mortgage broker like 2 or 3 years ago. He's won 2 tournaments already in the PGA Tour this year. And he was going head-to-head with Scheffler. The kid's amazing.
Really?
And yeah, I mean, he was almost out of golf, Ben Griffin.
Okay.
So he was almost out of golf. And I was just watching. And at the end, he had a birdie and eagle. And then, he had a bogey. And Scheffler's a machine. If he has another season or 2 like this, he's going to go down as one of the guys like Tiger.
Really?
And there's no, because if you look at what he's doing, he's won 16 tournaments in the same shortest span as Tiger and Jack. So if you're looking at that going, holy crap, and this guy's young.
Well, how many? 16 compared to what?
16 in the span of 2.5 years to 3 years.
Which is what they did?
Yeah.
I was comparing it to them.
Comparing
So
it to
you're
them,
he's
saying,
at that scale.
so he's
same
at that
as-
scale, winning that many tournaments. And here's the thing. You talk about the best golfers ever, you got to give Jack credit. And the reason why is he's playing with wooden sticks, little metal, didn't have a
Yeah, but he was-
computer-generated swing thing that analyzed the spin and the velocity and the ball speed and the
Yeah.
counter speed and
Well, with the
backspin.
scores, though, I'm assuming the scores are different. His
They
scores
were different,
higher.
but to win that many times over everybody else, to be consistent with something that is inconsistent, that's like carving your own clubs in the backyard and having a steelsmith,
They were a little better
I
than
know they
that.
were better
They
than
were
that,
better
but
than
they
that.
weren't really.
I mean,
to the point where the
no,
science and technology.
not nearly as
You're
good.
talking about in the 60s. I mean, yeah.
Yeah, just not as good. Obviously,
No.
not nearly as good. Not nearly as
they
good. But
didn't-
still,
It wasn't like, the Army Corps of Engineers and NASA was scientifically building perfectly matched sets of clubs for him. He had a 6-iron and a 4-iron, and he knew that 4-iron, that shit goes to the right too much. I got to overcompensate for that. And a 6, instead of perfect, like
Right.
DeChambeau, who's got every club the same length, if nobody plays golf, they don't know what I'm talking about.
Man,
The science of it is amazing.
I think that sounds wonderful.
I think it does too.
So we're
But
gonna
it's
do it.
just-
Oh, we're gonna play golf. I need to play
Yeah,
golf.
actually, I played this week and realized I still suck, but I played at the range, and I'm actually going to be playing Father's Day by myself in the morning. So,
And I'm gonna start taking a performance-enhancing drug.
oh, okay,
Yeah,
there you go.
yeah. So to help with my back. Well, we'll see.
Well, that's a good thing. So maybe we can get out there and play a little bit,
Maybe.
which is going to bring us into what actually I've been swinging a little bit and doing whatever, and realize I'm sore as hell. And, I've been doing walking and doing a little bit of this, and we got a Savage run.
Right. Which, by the way, oh man, fucking Mike just called me today.
Don't even tell me he's out.
He might be.
Nope, that's it. Nope.
He might be.
I'll kidnap him.
Listen.
I've been kidnapped in college before, thrown in a trunk and taken out of town. I will do it to him.
Yeah. No, it has to do with.
I deny
he
it right now,
literally
but I will.
Called me
Oh,
today and it's like, "Are you going?" I said, "Yeah, I'm going." He goes, "Oh man." I said, "What?" He's like, told somebody about, I was going to do something. He goes, "That's the weekend you were supposed to work for me. And then this other one over here can't do it because of this reason. And nobody's going to be able to cover this person's shift."
I don't give a shit, Mikey. Listen,
He
right
doesn't-
now.
He doesn't fucking
I don't know he doesn't listen, but I'm telling him right now. I'll put it in the ethos out here, out to the universe. Mikey, you're going. I don't give a shit. We're all going.
Oh, man.
But
So
so
anyway.
you're gonna have to do some performance enhancers for that too, huh?
No, I'm just doing it for my back. But
Well,
yeah,
I mean, yeah,
it's
you're
a
gonna have to do it
peptide.
at the.
Well,
okay.
we'll see. It's a capsule. It's like it's
Yeah,
people
it's a
take
capsule.
them.
It's just like yeah.
Yeah, it's
The Liver
it's
King
just,
didn't take anything either.
you're just not allowed to take it if you're like a professional athlete. Well,
Right.
what's the big deal?
Oh God, here we go.
Yeah, it's amino
Oh,
acids, man.
He's gonna be raging out there.
No, nothing like that. No, seriously, not anything except for inflammation and regeneration.
Okay.
So
There you
really,
go.
nothing for building anything. Nothing like that.
All right. Well, the only thing I'm worried about is I'm a big guy. I'm a heavier guy, so I see all these things. I looked at what the obstacles are. It's like swinging on rings and like I'm not gonna last in that stuff. I'll climb. I'll pull over ropes. I'll carry stuff. I'll crawl underneath things. I'll do the 6 miles. It shouldn't be a problem. No problem. But
6 miles, yeah, but swinging on rings?
yeah, it's like you got to the obstacles. There's different obstacles. It's kind of like part ninja course. Part,
Oh, really?
yeah, it's
Shit,
gonna be.
man. Shit.
I know. It's like I'm thinking like, oh, Savage Race, okay. And I've heard of Spartan races where you climb ropes and you do mud
Where you
stuff
crawl
and you
under
crawl under
shit,
stuff
you gotta
and you do
crawl
whatever.
over
You got to
stuff and-
carry a log as a team, and I'm like, yeah, I could do that. And I go, Savage Race. All right, let me see what these things are. Like, oh, all right, I could jump in the ice pool. Yeah, no problem. I could do a couple of these other climb over things. Yeah. Oh shit, I'm swinging like from the monkey bars when I was like, 12 years old. I haven't done. I've injured my wrists at work many, many times. I don't know if they bend that way anymore, but I'm gonna
clasping
try.
Your wrist.
I'm-
Yeah, no, I'm not down with some of these things. I'm
I
gonna
told-
probably have to be like, gotta skip this one here.
I told Tommy, I said, what I want to do is I want to build like a Velcro glove with like a hook on it, strapped to my wrist, so that it won't whatever. Like a sloth has those claws, so I could
Yeah.
swing like a freaking monkey. Yeah, that's not gonna happen. I'll do the best I can though.
No, it's just yeah, we'll see. I'm sure it'll be a good time.
Yeah. So meet us at the Savage Race. It's in Pennsylvania. Look
no.
out.
Oh gosh.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
August. We got 2 months. August 3rd. It's actually 2 months from yesterday.
Yeah, I'm not. I wasn't counting it down.
I am because I'm like
really
I
not
only got
prepared.
60 days, and
Yeah. No, you're
I got to
good.
stretch, and
You
no,
got
I'm not
stretch
good.
and walk. Stretch and walk.
Stretch and walk.
That's it.
Yeah, it's unbelievable. I've been trying to get myself in gear. 15-degree incline on a treadmill, and I'm like, oh yeah, this is good. And then 5 minutes later, I'm like, oh crap, I'm gonna be in trouble. But I do what I got to do.
Yeah, just don't push it.
Give it a shot.
Take your time. You'll be fine.
Yeah, don't push it till that day. August is going to be warm, but I'm looking forward to the Savage Race.
Mm-hmm.
And we're going to get back to you and see how these performance-enhancing drugs are doing with Brian's game here.
Oh, 30 days. No, but just, man, inflammation.
Okay. And then we'll see if we can get around to golfing and evaluate what's going on.
Yeah.
All right. That's it.